I've really trained myself not to be reactive, but to be reflective.
You're there? Okay, cool. Okay, so welcome. I'm joined this morning by Khaled Sabsabi, who's coming live from his studio in Western Sydney. So welcome and thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Pedro. It's a pleasure.
So what's going on for you at the moment?
Well, with the whole circumstance and the whole situation that's affecting the globe, and that's spun it into another time and space, or in the so-called uncharted waters. In a sense, I feel the pulse, the global pulse, and the local pulse, and of course the national pulse of what's currently happening, and we're all affected by. But at the same time, you've just got to deal with it as a studio-based artist and as a human being also. So we have no choice. It's out of our control. Besides washing your hands, of course.
Yeah, and speaking of, I guess, that global pulse and that sense of clearly being out of our control, so much of your work in the past has been not just kind of about, but also created within, far worse circumstances, be it, civil war, other conflicts in the Middle East and so forth. How much do you think this kind of shutdown, at least from our context here in Sydney, is affecting, a kind of collective creative psychology, I suppose?
Yeah, look, I think honestly, Pedro, my work, I've really trained myself not to be reactive, but to be reflective. And over years, I'm still learning that to be able to reflect upon something, that means you're able to absorb it. Doesn't matter what catastrophe or calamity it may be, or even an everyday occurrence that may inspire you or move you. But to be able to have enough time to be able to absorb it, not just absorb it emotionally, physically, intellectually, and to be able to reflect on it rather than react to it. I think a lot of course, human beings are very different. They react to or reflect on things very differently, and based on their circumstance. Not to take away the reality of people that are in challenging and dire situations. The bottom line is adaptation is the key, and to be able to work through that. And we're already seeing the result. Here we are, we're speaking virtually, and the world is translated into this virtual space that some believe we probably will never exit out of. So it's interesting times, challenging times, times of change, ongoing change, and we just have to see where it takes us. That's the beauty of artists and the way they make things, and the beauty is in terms of the accidents that happen along the way, and how they're viewed, years down the track from time of creation or conception, as determined by society and how we evolve as a community and broader global society as well.
And what has, I guess, the social distancing measures meant for you on a work front in the kind of immediate future?
You've just got to continue making, and that's what you do. And maybe part of that idea of I must continue making is one way for the artist to deal with their reality, and in this current climate. An idea is what constitutes a work, and everything is built around that. And as an artist, you've got to utilize any media that you have available to create or to translate this idea across.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.